What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Savoy, and we're going back to the 1996 album Mary Is Coming, and the next track is called Underground. It speaks to things that are subterranean. Obviously that could be more literal, literally the way in which humans have built structures or entire modes of transportation that are underground, or in some cases are even called the underground. And yeah, ultimately, whether we're talking in a more urban environment or more rural or natural environment, it speaks to things which are below the earth. So yeah, whether we're talking in that sense, or I think maybe more likely in a metaphorical sense, meaning things which are not perhaps most common or traditional, things which are perhaps less mainstream and less out in the public eye. Which again, I listen to a lot of different musical types that are considered underground: acid techno, hardcore, even punk rock, underground hip hop. Hip hop that is less commercial, not on a major label, sometimes called independent hip hop or independent music more generally. But yeah, ultimately, I feel like a metaphorical usage is more likely, and yet I wouldn't discount entirely the imagery, if not actually the concept of human structures and life and activity underground or below the surface. So we'll see if it's some mixture of those things or none of those things at all. But this is Savoy. The tune is Underground, and it's from the 1996 album Mary Is Coming. Mild Beatles vibes, not overwhelming, but a little bit. Got a keyboard in there? I wonder why we went to knees, but it's for reality. It feels like a song the Beatles would do if they were around in the 90s. Sonic layers. Some funky guitar. I love that one. backing vocal his wife? Was it Lauren? The guitar being skillfully slayed. I don't know, what I caught of the lyrics, someone who used to be a special person to him, but perhaps has retreated across town, gone underground, doesn't want to see him anymore, isn't around anymore. So it feels like maybe there's been a severing a connection, and not just that, but the other person has done their best to, become invisible or avoid any future encounters. So, if I heard some of those lines right, it sounds like it's, sort of a bad place interpersonally. Maybe, not individually. Maybe this really was a connection that didn't work or something. But yeah, whether I'm getting the lyrics right or not, it did, again, it had a vibe of Beatles when it started, and as it went on, it's like, okay, it's a bit, that 90 alternative rock sound a bit. Like, certainly that heavy kind of powerful moment right when it transitions, which I enjoyed that coming back a few times. But yeah, then as it wore on, it's like, this basically feels like if the Beatles were still around making tunes in the mid to late 90s, maybe they would have made something like this. So, which, to be clear, that's, in my mind, that's a very high compliment, and I hope that neither Beatles fans nor Savoy fans will be offended. But yeah, just a really cool tune. It, like, not one with, or one with less alternative edge, I would say, one with a bit less guitar grit, but a more sort of consonant or pleasant tune. So I already enjoy a bit of variety, having gone through, I don't know what, like half the album or about there. So yeah, a cool tune. Definitely got to listen to it some more, see if what I'm thinking about the lyrics is on point, or if I'm sort of running in the wrong direction. Again, I'm sure some people will comment, and again, shout out to all the people, many of whom are obviously part of the AHA journey as well, but I do appreciate that people are here for some of the side reaction, AHA related reaction series. So shout out to all of you, and to any info or perspective or just personal opinions you might provide. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.